Containment plays a big part in any electrical installation, and there's many different types of containment, and you would use those types of containment in different environments, whether it be residential, commercial or industrial. So today we're going to look at the different types of containment that we install. So if we start with conduit, it comes in normally two forms, which is PVC conduit. You can get white, standard colours, black, and this is 25mm diameter. You would then extend these to different lengths with couplers or change direction with the accessory boxes, and those simply just glue on to the end, and then you would carry on your conduit run. Then also got steel galvanised conduit. The differences there is most of it standard is threaded, and your accessory boxes are also threaded. So again, if you want to change direction, you would screw one of those on and carry on your run. You can also bend both conduits with a pipe bender. So you have a special conduit bender for the steel galvanised, and with the PVC you have a bending spring. The only difference with the PVC conduit is BS 7671 regulation 521.10.202 states that you need to prevent the premature collapse of any wiring systems in the event of a fire. And how you do that is you would use metal saddles actually on the plastic conduit. So these are actually white, so they do blend in quite nicely. Another commonly used containment is PVC trunking. So simple, you pop the lid off, you would then fix that length of trunking along, whether it be to the wall or the ceiling, put your cables in, and then the lid simply clicks back on like so. Going back to the regulation to prevent the premature collapse of cables within PVC trunking, how you would obtain that is by using a fire clip. They simply just, where your fixings are, they would fix in your trunking. You would then bend them over your cables, so that in the event of a fire, if the PVC trunking melts, you've still got your cables retained within your fire clip. The difference there in the metal trunking is you wouldn't need that, because the metal trunking contains the cables in the event of a fire. With steel galvanised trunking, there's generally two types of trunking. The standard type, where you would mount it so that the lid that goes onto it is facing either upwards, or you can have it wall mounted so the lid goes on sideways. Then you've got the lighting trunking, which is suspended so that the lid is on the bottom, and you have these special fixings in here where you can put an accessory or a light fitting on. You would then use a stirrup that would suspend that from the ceiling to give you your lighting trunking throughout, and you generally use that where you've got like warehouse racking, that kind of things. The general trunking comes in all different sizes, different widths, different depths, and you can also get 2-compartment and 3-compartment trunking, where you can install like data cabling in one of the compartments or control cabling, that kind of thing. And then the accessories, just for changing direction, simply slip in, bolt on the side, and then you carry on with your containment whichever way you want to go. Where cables don't need to be contained in containment, they still need to be contained on containment for the entirety of the run of the length. One of those methods is on a basket tray. Quite simple to fix. They can either be suspended from the ceiling, fixed on the wall, fixed on the floor, and when you want to change direction, you simply snip the wire basket, make the bend that you want to, use the fixings to make the bend stable, and it is quick and easy. Moving up from cable basket, you've got cable tray. Again, you can get all different types of widths, type of depths. You can get medium duty return flange, which is this one here. You can get heavy duty return flange, which is sturdier, will withstand more weight. And again, simply to continue the lengths, you would just attach a coupler on to the side. There are other different attachments, quick release ones and everything now on the market, but we're just looking at this one for today's purposes. And then the suspensions, you would put like a standoff bracket on, again, on the wall, on the floor, which just supports that length of cable tray. The containment might need to be more heavy duty, in which case then we would move up to ladder containment, which is kind of the most heavy duty containment that you get. You've got the braces that are 300mm apart, and again you can get different widths, different depths, different strengths of ladder rack. The good thing about this ladder rack is that you can quite often suspend bigger gaps with less suspensions on the ladder. The last type of containment I want to talk about is dado trunking. You'd normally have this around the perimeter of an office just to contain all your data cabling and your power cabling, and it keeps it nice and neat and tidy. This particular dado that we've picked out here, it's got curved edges, so it's nice and contemporary. It's just got a pop-off lid, a bit like the small PVC trunking. You would just fix it at intervals. You would install your wiring, pop your lid back on, and then where you've got a socket, you literally just use the accessory box, and it just clicks in to the position, like so. You cut the lid, and then that's your position for your sockets. With all the types of containment that I've shown you today, consideration should be taken into account when you're at the design stage that your containment has sufficient space when all the cables are contained in them or on them, and also that they are sufficiently supported and they are strong enough to take the weight of those cables.